they're much better by the numbers and the effort. You can see that matches the eye test. But the offensive end is kind of interesting to me because it does feel like previously Mike Brown maybe had them running more sets and plays than Doug Christie is. Doug Christie seems to just allow them to freelance a little bit more. They're playing a little more random, to use that buzzword. And we actually got a question from Kings YouTuber Sacktown Pete, which I think kind of plays into that. During the 7-game win streak, Doug Christie has put the ball in Malik Monk's hands often and has given him the green light to go and get a bucket or to make a play. With Fox back from injury, should the Kings play De'Aaron off the ball and continue to ride Malik Monk as the point guard a little bit more?
Interesting. Well, that's going to be a big adjustment for De'Aaron Fox. So look, maybe. I'm not going to rule it out because De'Aaron Fox, I think, has those capabilities. And, swinging the ball to De'Aaron Fox weak side after Malik Monk has already run some action, and now you got De'Aaron Fox attacking closeout defenders with his quickness, that could be something that can work. He's not great at spotting up, waiting on shots. He likes to have the ball in his hand to generate something with his dribble and speed to set the table. That's an adjustment for him. But I agree with you. Malik Monk's been playing great. Clearly, that's one of the things that Doug Christie was, he's sitting there every night next to Mike Brown. He's not the head coach, but he's seeing things that in his mind, he knows maybe he would do differently. And that's every staff in the NBA. That's the truth. You're sitting there and you're thinking like, yeah, you don't think the guy that you're sitting next to that's the head coach walks on water. Like everything he says and does is exactly what you believe in. And look, I think Keon Ellis is another example of this. For whatever reason, I think he was having a hard time gaining the confidence of Mike Brown. He seems like Doug Christie had a different view of him, and it's unlocked him a little bit. So there's always going to be changes and tweaks, and this is something that Doug Christie, I think, was sitting there noticing. Their offense was bogged down too much. And I think that was affecting them psychologically, the other end of the floor defensively, which happens in this league. Offense is better. Defense is playing harder. As a result, you're having more success offensively. You feel more energized and motivated defensively. And I think that's what's going on with this team. And part of it could be the Malik Monk factor. Let's see, though, again, very small sample size. We got to see this over a period of time. And let's see them take on some of the real heavyweights in this league, and it'll give you a better idea of where they're at.
Shout out to the All NBA podcast for taking my question in today's episode. Greatly appreciate you guys. Big shout out to James for making it happen. And also a shout out to Dave and Tim Legler for answering my question. I will link down the full actual episode for you guys so you guys can check it out. Some great stuff talked about the Sacramento Kings in today's episode. I will link it down in the description below for you guys. But yeah, Malik Monk is playing at an all-time high elite level right now for the Sacramento Kings. During this 7-game win streak, knowing that De'Aaron Fox is back, should Doug Christie still rock it out with Malik Monk and keep De'Aaron Fox off the ball? Me personally, I would say ride it out. Let's see what Malik can do over this small sample size. I mean, we know he's very capable of playmaking and running the point, but I just feel like they should ride it out with them longer as running the point and running the show. And that's no knock on De'Aaron Fox. Give him a couple games to get back to being 100% healthy, and he can play him off the ball. De'Aaron Fox can still attack the hoop and play his game off the ball, and he can spot up and shoot. We saw in the last game against the Bulls where he had a couple spot up three-pointers playing off the ball, and he made them. So I am perfectly fine with what's working right now currently for the Kings. And that Fox and Monk Sabonis, that Sabonis and Monk two-man game has been deadly. It's been a thing of beauty, and it's been a joy to watch. I mean, why stop what's working right now for the Kings? And that is Malik Monk being the focal point and running the show. And let's keep this going. The Sacramento Kings can make it their 8th straight win in the row tomorrow against the Milwaukee Bucks. We shall see what happens. I greatly appreciate you guys tuning in to this one, man. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I will catch you guys in the post-game video tomorrow.